Okay, hey there. How is everybody doing on this fine Christmas Eve? This is Big Chonas. What's up, Crypto House? Rian Barsaduhu. Hello, Jeanette Crypto. Hope all is well with you. Hello, Mattis S. Guys, remember to hit that thumbs up button. Much appreciate your support here. And on the Crypto Twitter Chonas Trading channel, remember to also hit that subscribe button as well. You guys can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Big Chonas. Also find me at the Flux Trading Group, fluxtradinggroup.com. Lots of great stuff going on over there with Cryptomist, Chart Vampire, Tool Free Crypto, putting out some great calls, making some good swing trades and scalp plays. Fluxtradinggroup.com. Guys, I wanted to start here with where Bitcoin is currently rejecting, and where it really found that major resistance was in the golden pocket. I actually think it was, let me go back to this one here. Let's go back to this one here. There we go. And we derive that golden pocket from the extension of our first impulsive move here. So we use our fib-based trend extender right here. And we start from the swing low to the swing high. And we're pulled back to where we found support, which actually was this second 6-hour candle at a little bit above 7K. As you can see, our resistance wick brought us right into that golden zone. We actually went a hair higher on some exchanges. Other ones that pretty much hit it spot on. But what you can see is that that resistance was strong enough to bring Bitcoin all the way back below the 236 extension of this original move here. So once we have that resistance, we then begin to quantify, okay, well, now where are major areas of support? So we can do a couple things here. We can obviously do a fib retracement, okay, where we're basically using our zero line here. Actually, let me back up here. Let's do this. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, where we're pulling again from the swing low to the swing high here. And remember, not all exchanges are the same price. I'm using Bitstamp. I'm going to use some Coinbase later. So these exact, points aren't necessarily to the dollar, but they're clearly within the range. Okay. And as you can see, the 3A2 is just barely holding support on the 6-hour here, even as we have dipped below it intra-candle, and we have gotten as low as 71.58 here, still finding support in the range. Really anything here. Now this area, we got a lot of history here. We got support and resistance. We got great support, great resistance, and we actually were using this as a support area to trend higher. And as you can see, we are just holding that higher low. So, where do we go from here? The support at the 3A2 really has to hold. If it doesn't, I mean, did I erase my 50? I should at least have my 55. There it is. Where'd you go? I would then look to around the 55 as my next area of fib retrace support. So still, this is a bullish 3A2 retrace, okay? Nothing to get crazy worried about just yet. I would say if we don't find that support, if Bitcoin trickles down to the 69s area, then I would start to worry. And the last fail-safe area of support would be that 786. Remember, that would still quantify a higher low, but that would probably take some time here. I don't expect Bitcoin to, if it's going to dump that quickly. I do want to go up to a higher time frame, the 12 hour. And you can see our current 12-hour candle not looking too good here. You know, we're bearish engulfing. We have a decent body here, and we still have 4 more hours left for it to form. We could definitely put in a nice, you know, double lower wick here for sure, but it's very similar to this one here, and maybe we are seeing that seller exhaustion, and maybe we are seeing the support in this area, which was strong support and actually caused that bullish Bitcoin bounce. But what's notable is if I pull up my Bollinger Bands, you can see the strong resistance we hit on the upper BB, and we're just hovering above that middle Bollinger support at $7,100 here. And as long as the middle Bollinger holds, this is still a very bullish 12-hour chart. We go down a little lower, and we can see that 6-hour, okay? We actually tested the middle BB a couple times here. We closed below it on the last 6-hour. As you can see, we just did a little pumpy back test back to 270. Okay, we did see that resistance there. Again, a lot of time left in the 6-hour candle here, but we are on the underside of that middle Bollinger. 4-hour, okay, looking to form a hammer again. Oh, look at that. We're actually closing our 4-hour in 4 minutes. So our 4-hour, not that great. You know, the volume was definitely lower here. So even though we did fall that much, we're not really finding the buyer interest, even with this lower wick here. And again, we are on the underside of middle BB. Now, you guys see why I talk about the Bollinger so much. Look how this pinch here. Look how this pinch was basically warning you that a bigger move was coming. Okay, look at this pinch. This was super tight here. Okay, and because the middle Bollinger did hold that support, that's where we could hold. And then you see where the resistance was when we had this pump. Okay, literally could not close above upper Bollinger, even though we had a couple inch candle breaks there. And I'll go down to just the hourly here, because as you can see, I'm actually expecting sideways ranging, to tell you the truth. We haven't really tightened our Bollingers on our hourly. Something like this, you know, we're still doing this kind of kidney bean thing. But I want to see these go sideways more and tighten. And, you know, I do have a trading style in which you buy the breaks of the lower Bollinger and you short or you get out of your trade on the upper Bollinger. And you can see right here what a pretty spot on short that was right there with the just little tip above the upper Bollinger here, $7,400. Great short that was. And you could have made of $200 per Bitcoin. Very similar guy right here. Break the upper Bollinger. We're going bullish. Here it comes. And it was a trap. Okay, another great short here with the break of upper Bollinger. So as you can see, we're a little tighter here. Again, this normally only works when we have somewhat of a sideways ranging. Okay, we were sideways ranging here until we exploded. So I am looking for something sideways, basically heading until tomorrow. I expect this range to hold rather tight. But time will tell. I do want to bring up my TD indicators here. Again, we'll do a full scan in multiple time frames. A couple interesting counts of note. The hourly's been kind of useless, I will admit. Interesting 9 here on the 4-hour. Okay, it did mark the closing top here. Okay, 789. We did have a break above, but as you can see, that was a major rejection candle. And because of that, on the 4-hour, we're on a red 7. We're about to close out a red 7, and we're about to 1, 2, 3, 4 open up a red 8. We're opening up a red 8 because we are 4 candles below, or we are below the close of 4 candles back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to close below 7,300, so this will be a red 8. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the one we actually beat here. So we're closing below 7260, looks like. And so yes, this will be a red 8. So these are the things that are playing out right now on this rather quiet volume day of Bitcoin. Higher time frame counts. Okay, we only hit a 6 here on the 6 hour, halfway through on the 5. Interesting candle forming here, but way too early to speculate. Let's look at 4 hours left from that guy. As I said, I do not like how this 12 hour is forming up. Okay, and also no clean things here. We did have, this was actually a 9 on the 12 hour, remember, before the pump turned into a green 1. And we are on the daily still on a green 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. As long as we stay above like $7,200. If we close today's price action below 7,200, we will have a price flip, and this will actually be a red 1 instead of a green 7. I was looking at the 3-day. Actually, I was looking at the 2-day. So we all know the past 2 days Bitcoin price action. Not the best, okay? We gave a lot of this back. But you can see we are definitely holding a line here of rising diagonal support. And that's notable. Until we lose this with a lower low close, you know, these are important. We're also looking at the Bollingers on the 3-day, and we're seeing that I actually think this is bullish. I gotta be honest with you. I've seen this before, where we have the break of the lower Bollinger, and then we come all the way back, and we don't even test the lower BB, but we actually hold it in this reversal. And I think we're going to hit the middle Bollinger before we hit the lower Bollinger again on the 3-day chart. And that's at $7,800 here. And I wouldn't be surprised. And then same thing on our weekly. We can see similarly, there was the break of the lower Bollinger. There was the back test. Again, didn't quite get there. And because it didn't quite get there, middle Bollinger can be targeted. Higher up we go. 3-day can bleed to the weekly, and so on and so on. So this isn't necessarily as bearish as it may look. And the sideways price action is notable, as well as the MA support resistance. And look how pinned we are. We hit that MA 50 to the T on the open here of the week, okay? And we fit around the MA 100 support there, holding, I wouldn't say rather strong, but definitely there's some strength there for now. Of course, there's our almighty MA 200 down here, right, at 5K. So we are wedged in this confluence of a moving average support and resistance. And it's kind of rare for the 100 and the 50 to be engaged so close with the price action. Here's an area where they crossed and the price was well below. Here's an area where they crossed, the price was well above. Here's an area where they crossed, price is well below. Here's an area where they're crossing, and the price is literally on top of them. On the weekly, we've never seen this in Bitcoin, at least not going back almost 10 years there. Well, not almost 10 years, like 7, 8 years. And it's hard to say what this means. This is a major area of very important moving averages, and the confluence of which are quite striking. We do have our 50 crossing above our 100. This is a bullish cross here for sure, but our 100 is angled down, so it's not the most ideal. If we have, but we are finally this entire market, this entire year, and of all the bullishness we have finally have the proper sequencing of moving averages on the weekly. 50, 100, 200. That's bullish. It took us all year to get our 50 above our 100. But we were able to do that not because our 50 rose so much, which it did, but because our 100 fell so much, which it also did. Ichimoku is also very interesting as well. You can see we are still trapped in the cloud on the weekly. Remember, I use different settings than the default, 20, 60, 130, 20, 60, 120, 30. As you can see, we really haven't gotten anywhere, and I think we're going to touch the sidebar here somewhere. I think we're probably going to still be around the 7Ks. Could be up here, could be down here, but we're going to be within this pocket until we touch the side of this. And that's when I think we're going to see a lot more volatility. And as you can see, cloud resistance still goes over 10K. However, we are expanding our cloud here bearishly as we look out into May, June, July of this year. As you recall, our entire bull market, here was our cloud, very bearish. Here was our bullish Kumo twist, December of 16. Wow, literally a freaking 3 years to the day, we had our bullish Kumo twist. And at that moment, Bitcoin was at $900, $800. This is what a bull market weekly Ichimoku looks like, with Tenkan-sen and Kaijin-sen support, the price riding all the way up, and the cloud in the green all the way. As you can see, we are very far from that, and frankly, we're who knows where we are. We could be somewhere in here, definitely possible. But until we're able to clear the cloud, the red cloud, for open pastures, and the weekly is telling us we got a lot of time for that to happen, actually. Look at the monthly, right? Getting close to the end of the month. Now, interesting here. This is quite a monthly candle. We can see nice little double wick support. Okay, I think you could call this a tweezer. We're only off by like less than $100 on the nut bottoms of these candles here. Especially if we can close the month above $7,800. That would be a good looking monthly candle. But for now, I wouldn't call it a hammer. Not yet. The volume isn't showing that yet. MA50 on the monthly, which was touched right there, the 15th of September, 2015, on the 1st of December, 2015. Bitcoin at $200 then. Still yet to be touched here. And that's still under 5K here. Also remember, we are on a red 4 on our monthly. Okay, we do not have any kind of reversal, and this definitely could signal 5 more months of bearish price action. Definitely a possibility. Guys, remember to hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate your hanging out with me on this pre-Christmas Eve holiday spectacular. Big Jonas here in the house. Guys can follow me on Twitter as well, Epic Jonas. FluxTradingGroup.com for all your crypto needs. Let's look at some lower time frame price action here. Let's go to Coinbase. Keep that hidden. As you can see here, on the 30-minute, we had back to back to back, and this candle here closed with a very tight doji, showing the seller exhaustion and the strong support we continue to get around the $7,200 zone. And we have found a little bit of breakout there. Obviously, still a ways to go, and the volume continues to diminish. But giving back all of this move here, if this is impulsive, doesn't really feel very impulsive anymore, does it? You know, we wanted to see a bull flag. We wanted to see a pennant of some sort. This was a pretty rough retrace because we had the higher high and then the low and then the breakdown to another higher high relatively here. Very hard to keep yourself in a high leverage tight trades here because of the way this keeps falling down and falling down. You know, you break the higher high only to dump it to a lower low. Now, I'm going to zoom out again. Let's get rid of this one for just a moment. We can see, just using our pitchfork, our Andrews pitchfork, that the area here does represent our center line of what? Of potential support, potential resistance, but definitely it's where it all started. Using the span of our bounce to our resistance, back to our bounce, and finding the different fib fork lanes here. This is like a 10-lane highway, right? And look where we found support, to the penny on this guardrail of this lane. And look where we found resistance, to the penny of the guardrail of the opposing lane. And I still think we can get up here, actually. That is, as long as this area does hold support. And because we didn't hit it here, I can actually move this a little higher now, showing that zone of resistance is more or less just a hair above 8K maybe, or a hair below 8K. But as you can see, the price is respecting these lanes, and we'll be interested to see if it continues to do so, because the lanes mark the highway of the bullish price action. But don't quote me on that. Let's see here. 26 minutes. Wow, 26 minutes. A couple more things before I check out. I did want to go over a couple things of note. Let's bring up, where are you? So 24-hour volume BitMEX. As you can see, we're actually still pretty high here. You can see where we can get a lot lower, where more meaningful moves happen, right? You know, this little area here, this break, okay? This red box, there you go, is where bigger moves tend to happen when we get in here. And we're actually still pretty far above, and we do keep putting in these, you know, lower lows here. Only with this full breakdown very quickly here do I count this as a false positive. And we're literally right there again, finding that resistance. If we get above here and put at least 2 closing days above here, then we actually might actually be increasing our volatility. But we're not there yet. Bitcoin dominance above 70. The king is showing its true colors. Its strength is flexing once again. Okay, we haven't been over 70 closing since September, right? Bitcoin dominance is increasing, people, because altcoin dominance is decreasing. That's never a good thing for altcoins. Because Bitcoin can dump or it can pump, and still dominance can rise no matter which one of those two things happen. Bitcoin dumps, you're not going to see a safe haven in altcoins. Bitcoin pumps, probably because you had the deflation from altcoins. So we are seeing this rise, and we are seeing the strength of Bitcoin. And I don't think this is going to stop. This is actually a very nice... This is a bull flag. This is a running bull flag here of dominance. And that's notable. We haven't seen that strength there in a while. And remember this crap here? This was crappy price action here. But this is not. This is showing that Bitcoin dominance is actually beginning to gain some more momentum here. That's definitely notable. So my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed my content in the year 2019. I'm very excited to share my content in the year of 2020. Very excited for the possibilities we can all achieve in 2020 with Bitcoin and beyond. But let's not forget the overall context of this market, right, that we are currently in. From this year's swing low to swing high, okay, we are still in that golden pocket. And we are just holding support on the 618. If we fail to do that numerous times, 786 at 5,300 is definitely in play, but don't have to get there just yet because the 618 is holding. And I would see 5.5 resistance at 7921 as the next viable target from a Fibonacci standpoint of the retracement of our yearly high to where we are now based on our lows. But also, people, we have to remember this. That ever since we found that major resistance in the golden pocket, right here, boom, literally the middle of the golden pocket, 618 to 65. And after founding support on the 382 pullback base camp, resistance again, 382 pullback base camp underside, we are still above the 236 at $7,100, barely, but we are. A close below begins to put, or multiple closes below, begins to put much lower targets in play. And remember, we flew so quickly through 6,500 all the way down to 5,500. There's $1,000 of just air here, just free air, right there. There's nothing between where we found support and 65, 6,800, 55, $5,800. Nothing. So keep that in mind, that if this does break, this acceleration would get quite steep. But also keep in mind that this parallel is still in play, and we are just above middle channel support. And because of that, it is okay to target our upper channel resistance, which could be anywhere around the low $8,000 area, depending upon how long it takes us to hit it. But we've rejected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, five times there, right? We found support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times or so on the bottom line. So this is the channel. This is what separates Bitcoin from bullish expansion, is to break out of here and do something like that, right? So these are our parallels. These are our resistances and supports. And this is where we are as Bitcoin enters the last week of 2019. So my friends, have a great holiday season. Thank you so much for joining me today. Much appreciate your thumbs up, love, and support. It's Big Jonas. We will see you guys and talk to you guys very soon. As I said, I'm very excited about 2020. This can be our year together. Till next time, love you guys. Peace.